While so many nations and peoples have turned against Israel in her darkest hour, one of the places where Israel can turn to is to evangelical Christians who are standing shoulder to shoulder with their Jewish brothers and sisters. How can we continue to build bridges of support and love with the Jewish people during this dark time? In Genesis 12:3, it states, I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse him who curses you, and in you all families of the earth shall be blessed. What can we do right now in a practical way to be a blessing to Israel during their darkest hour? Joining me today are Bob Odell and Gidon Ariel, co-founders of rootsource.com. Our prayer target today on day 8 of Hanukkah is to pray that the bridge between Jews and Christians is widened and deepened. עם ישראל חי, אם לא נשכח תמיד להיות מאוחדים. עם ישראל חי, בא להיות. Welcome everybody to our final day, day 8 of Hanukkah, 8 days of prayer for the 8 days of Israel. And with me I have two very special guests, Bob Odell and Gidon Ariel, who are co-founders of rootsource.com. And it's a great honor and a pleasure and a joy to have both of you on. The two of you have been really groundbreaking pioneers in working on building the bridge between Jews and Christians. Thank you so much for joining me today.
It's a great pleasure to be with you here today, Laura, and all of your viewers and listeners.
Okay.
Likewise, Laura. Thanks for the invitation.
Sure. So I have a question. Either one of you can jump on this one. Amid the October 7th massacre and the ensuing war, why are Jewish-Christian relations so very important right now?
Bevakasha, Bob.
Well, you know, isn't that the question of the day? The war, in some sense, the war has changed so much. But as I reflected on this, you know, I worked with Ray Montgomery to put together a long list of persecution events against Jewish people from Christians and the Christian world. And one of the things that came out of that 2,000-year study was how abnormal the last 70 years were in the Western world. The fact that we had relative respect for the Jewish people coming off of the Holocaust, and a deference to the creation and recreation of the state of Israel for so many years. So in a way, I think October 7 is, in a twisted way, a return to normal. Because most of our history, there has been anti-Semitic fervor against the Jewish people. Now, what has changed is that now it is leveled very focusedly on the nation of Israel. And, you know, this has been written about that, you know, in the last millennium, it was persecution against Jews because of what they believed, and Judaism as a religion. And then in the last 100 or so years, it shifted to race, to Jews as a people or as a race were persecuted for their race. And now it is focused on Israel. But it's really all the same, and it really comes from the same darkness. And it is an excuse. And so really the reason that it is so important that Jewish-Christian relations are strengthened in this time is we are back into a game-on period of time where we must join together and strengthen the bonds, because the forces against that have returned to their previous horrid levels.
Wow, that's right. And I'm sad to say, I think you're right that, and it's back to normal, but hopefully there'll become a new normal. Gidon, what can you share with us about what it will take to strengthen and deepen our ties to the Jewish community?
Well, when you say our, then I will have to clarify what exactly you mean. For you, Laura, you and your close friends, I can't imagine how much more you could do. But for people who are listening or just now getting involved with the interesting question of what does Israel, what does the Jewish people, what does the God of Israel have to do with me as a Christian? Then there is a lot that they can do. And certainly people who haven't even yet considered that question, there is very much they can do. But all in all, together, I would say that first of all, as I've learned from my Christian friends, the first and foremost thing that everybody can do is to pray for the state of Israel, to pray for the land of Israel, to pray for the people of Israel. But I would mostly say, please pray for yourselves that you will have an epiphany. You will be there will be a clarity to you that this is the right thing to do, to pray for the people of Israel and to feel that you are on the right side of history when you side with the people of Israel. So that is the kind of prayer that you must do. Second of all, open your eyes, search online and search with your friends and think, what can I do? And really that's a question that turns back again to the first answer. Ask God what you can do, because what you have to do is do something. I hear often, and that's why I already started with it. I hear often from my Christian friends, I'm praying for you. I get an email from somebody, we're praying for you. And then I hear from them again a year later, oh, our hearts are going out, we're praying for you. Well, listen, Chevra, thank you very much for the prayer, but we need a little bit of help down here. So if that means making a donation to an Israel-based organization, if that means traveling to Israel when it's possible, volunteering in Israel. Nowadays, there are hundreds, I would say thousands, of small and large businesses, farms, factories that need helping hands. And so wherever you go in Israel, there are even some Christian tour operating companies that specialize in volunteering touring. So that is something that you can do. And the most important thing that I can think that you can do is to connect to a Jewish person, to connect to an Israeli. I have on Root Source tens of thousands of Christians who subscribe to our newsletter. But I can count on the fingers of a hand or two how many of them actually respond. Every single email that we send out every week, please comment on these things. Please reach out to us. People are feeling in their hearts, oh, I want to pray. I want to do something for the Jewish people, for the people of Israel. But they don't even try to make a relationship. Not because they don't want to, but because they're afraid. And now is the time for people to be bold. If you're going to be afraid to say hello to somebody, who's certainly going to be grateful to that. Somebody who's going to be thankful for that. Somebody who's going to be your friend. Then how can you possibly do anything that requires real passion, that requires real courage? You must work that muscle of courage. So to summarize, prayer, donations, visiting Israel, volunteering in Israel, and first and most important, making friends with Israelis.
Yes. Thank you so much, Gidon. It's so important to put feet to our prayers, put action to our prayers, and also so important to keep relationship ties, get them going, get them started, and then build them and strengthen them through friendship. And I know I use WhatsApp a lot.
I just got an idea.
Yeah.
The Christians like to say, get down on your knees.
Yes.
I say, get up on your feet.
That's right. That's right. Get up on your feet.
Like you said, give feet to your prayers.
Yes. I know I keep in touch with a lot of my Jewish Israeli friends through WhatsApp and through Zoom. So it's very doable in this technology age that we live in. So Bob,
I'm going to both welcome, sorry for interrupting, I've got so much to say. I'm going to welcome and challenge the viewers and listeners on this program to reach out to me to have a WhatsApp and especially a Zoom one-on-one with me. I'll be very happy to schedule something like that with you. Gidon at root-source.com, or just look for Gidon Ariel on Google and you'll be able to find me and reach out to me.
So if any of you listening or watching have not made friends with any Jews, here's an opportunity to make a friend with your very first Jewish friend, Gidon Ariel. And his email is, once again, say your email again.
Gidon at root-source.com. That's
Thank you.
root as in like a tree, root like a tree, and source like water. Root-source.com.
Okay, there's your invite. Okay,
And
Bob.
not only if I'm your first Jewish friend, even if I'm your 1,000th.
Okay.